Maryland ready, Wisconsin ready. This may be the best game of match day one here in this conference. Two teams with so much to prove. Maryland is going to get us started.
Yeah, I'm hungry myself for a few more veggies. It seems like the best ones have yet to be unpicked. So here we go. Let's get it started from Ludwig Field.
Ball back to Mack. He is back in goal. Missed the last game against SDSU. Wisconsin in the white, Maryland in the red. Here from Ludwig Field in College Park, he's Michael Kirsting. I'm Tyler Lochte. Can't wait to take you through this one. This is one that Maryland has had circled on their calendar long before Wisconsin started out 5-0.
Yeah, you mentioned, Tyler, they bring in two changes along with Lauren Mack as Chris Steinleitner and Alex Nitzel both return to the starting 11.
That ball headed out of play. A corner for the Terps. Also back into the squad, Leon Kuhl.
Yeah, Leon Kuhl was a big miss in the game last time against SDSU. You're thinking maybe manager Sasho Sarovsky wanted to keep some players fresh for this game. You said it, Tyler. They have this game circled for a reason. Big game. Nice start to the game from the Terps as well. Corner number one.
This ball sent to the middle. It's loose and off the line. Great defense by the Badgers. Just a great play by Fleming. It looked be in the right spot and make that play. Here's the ball to Thiessen. Thiessen's in. Thiessen hits it wide. That's as good of a look as Maryland has had. One-on-one with the keeper, Matisse Bear, and Thiessen could not find his touch. The center back in unfamiliar territory. Let's go back to the corner.
Yeah, it's a really nice ball. It's just Thiessen's in there on the first time as well, wanted one stab, and then here he comes again, just finds himself in space. A defender, maybe not as clinical as you'd like as one of the forwards, but Maryland have started really brightly. They can build off of this as they look to go forward once again.
Thiessen took one shot all year coming into this game. It was a header last time out. This is just his second game, but so close there. This is cool. Dispossessed. Noah Glorioso, the grad student out of Naperville, Illinois, with the good defensive stop there. Maryland, though, with a turnover. That's Griffith. Can he keep it? No.
So Leon Kuhl has already inserted himself into this game so much. He's a big guy, physical in that midfield for the Terps, inserting himself in this game early in the attack despite losing out in the end.
This is Nitzel. Wearing 5 in red with the interception. Steinleitner take it down from behind. Free kick coming for the Terps.
I just want to go back to Leon Kuhl real quick as we take another look at the foul on Steinleitner. If they can insert Kuhl into this game, continue going along through him, he's been their engine room for this entire preseason non-conference slate. If they can get him active, it's going to be a real nightmare for the Badgers.
Goes out of play. Here's a throw-in coming for Nitzel and Maryland. The Terps been the aggressor to start things off, Michael.
I think Sasho Sarovsky is going to love this start from his side. They've been on the front foot for the first 4 minutes and change now. They look to attack again. They'll keep it in their own attacking half. And this is what Sasho wants. He wants to see the ideas, the creativity from Max Rogers, from Saddam Mazarika, from everybody. They've brought a few players in like Mazarika to be able to be active and to create some ideas on this right-hand side. And it's been a good start from the Terps thus far.
Steinleitner to Kuhl. Kuhl shooting, deflected out for a corner. Not a bad strike there by Kuhl. You wonder if it doesn't take the touch, could it be trouble for Hebert, who has not been busy this season?
Yeah, you can see exactly where his Bundesliga experience is coming in. He features in Bayer Leverkusen's academy, and he even made a matchday squad last year. It's on early display, this young man's talent.
Terps taking 3 shots, one of them on goal. Remember, it's hard to get a shot on goal. This one sent across, cleared away, but not all the way out. This is Rogers. Mazarika. Can he get a ball across? No. Great defense by who else? Dean Bolt's not going to be the last time we'll say his name today. He has won a goal kick for his Badger squad.
Despite the lack of outcome there, I like the two transfers linking up. Rogers and Mazarica are going to be massive parts of this Maryland attack going forward. They've featured early in this game as well as they have in the past few games. We mentioned that wonderful free kick against San Diego State by Rogers that won the Terps that game.
Deed Bolts sees that go out of play off of Kolvik. Throw in for the Badgers, who have it in the offensive end for the first time tonight.
Yeah, nice to see Kolvik and Thiessen back. That's your preferred starting center backs if you're Sasho Sarovsky.
Far side. Here's a chance. Mack gets just enough behind it. It's a corner. That was Roberto Burlew with the effort from distance. Not a bad one.
Yeah, not too much coverage there. He's got all the room in the world to take that shot if he wants it. He does. Relatively easy save for Lauren Mack. He's going to be telling his defense to try and shore up and not allow those shots to come in from the top of the box.
Kevin Andrews standing behind it. One of the few upperclassmen that's a part of this Badger attack. Andrews trying to send it across. Dangerous ball, and good job by Thiessen to get himself in front of the shot by Julian Core. Another freshman for this Badger team. Maybe that's why they've had so much success. The freshmen have been so good. Trip Fleming. Near side, Ellis Jones. The defender pushing forward. He will give it to the outside. Here's Andrews again. Andrews trying to create space. He does. Ball set to cross over everything. Burlow's going to run that down. Badgers will keep it. To the middle again. No trouble for Nitzel. But it will only go as far as Jones. Rogers coming out to apply some pressure to the middle for Core.
And this is the first bit of sustained pressure from the Badgers here. Maryland has looked sure in their defending. Despite the one shot free from the top of the box, outside of that, it's been pretty confident so far.
Here's a ball to the middle. Nitzel's got to be real careful there. He kicks it out. Corner coming.
Experience in the Terps backline as well. Alex Nitzel returning for a fifth year of his own. You don't want to try and take it forward, say, and an attacker wins it off you. No nonsense defending, just put it out into touch.
Trip Fleming will take the corner. A sophomore. Fleming plays it short, gets it back. On the ground, and overhit. Chemsky there leaned back a little bit too far, and it's a goal kick coming for Maryland.
Yeah, that one feels right off the training ground there. They've now played two corners that are short, and each time there has been a chance for something to happen at the top of the box. Terps lucky to have gotten away with that. It had about half a look there, did Zachemsky.
Quick giveaway here, though, by the Terps. Can't make mistakes against this squad. Ball Vincent, near side. Andrews to the middle. Nitzel, no nonsense clearance. That shot by Zachemsky is the first shot of his college career that did not find the back of the net. He was a perfect 2 for 2 coming in. And here is Zachemsky. Gets to the middle, intercepted by Rogers, who plays it back to Quist Thurston quickly. Costabile. What can he do with it? Not much. Comes right back to him. Maryland will have a free kick going forward just in front of midfield. That is Colin Griffith still down. Griffith found his touch, first goal of the year against San Diego State on Monday. It's a great goal, a volley, the cross by St. Martin.
Comes all from technique there. We showed it in our open. It's just a real technical, beautiful finish from Colin Griffith. A real striker's goal. Had space in between the penalty marker and the 6-yard box. Had his time, all the time in the world if he wanted it, and took it, found the back of the net beautifully.
Masarika. Rogers tried to give it go. Rogers still has it. This is Griffith far side. Look at Kuhl making a cut. Still Griffith. Griffith dispossessed, but a corner coming. The crew with applause for the effort there by Maryland's number 9.
It's a nice response from the Terps. They had faced their first bit of sustained pressure from the Badgers, and now they come forward with another attack of their own. There was a bit of a minute or two there where it wasn't sure where possession was going to go, but Maryland sees out an opportunity. It was a nice bit of hold-up play from Rogers to find it on his left foot and just open up the attack, as here comes the corner from that man, Max Rogers.
Rogers, the delivery to the middle, just over the head of Kolvik. Costabile just going to play that back for Nitzel. Nitzel, off balance, trying to play that forward, tees in, sends it across. That did stay in. Headed down, Griffith trying to rise. Trying to get it across for Teason again, who's found himself in the box a lot for a center back. Interception there by Burlow. Kolvik on his horse, trying to get back and beat out the dangerous Dean Bolts, and he does just enough.
Yeah, we've seen Kolvik right there. We've also seen him at the other side attacking on the corner. He scored a headed goal from a corner earlier on this season against Detroit Mercy, and he hung up there. Got some nice hang time on the leap. Just couldn't find the right connection, and now he's back at the other end, a long busting run to make sure that Bolts doesn't get through on goal.
Can't speak enough about how good Bolts is his young career. He has been exceptional. There's a ball looking for Andrews, but it's number 7 in red who wins it. Andrews gets it back, though. That's Fleming. Passing it back for Quintos. First time we've said his name today. I don't think the center back would complain. If we don't say it, that means he's doing his job.
That's exactly right. It's been good jobs from both sets of center backs so far. Each have had chances to attack these center backs as they play it across the back now. Max Rogers up at the top. It's been a different look and attack for Maryland, and so far, it's played into their advantage. They've been the better side with Wisconsin growing into this game.
You wonder, remember Maryland had those 2 early chances for Teason. You wonder if that's the best looks Wisconsin's great defense will give them. Here's a ball to the middle. Nitzel gets just enough to get it out of the way before Andrews, who's right behind him, could get a touch. Perlow dispossessed. Quick pass there by Rogers. Here's Kuhl. Kuhl up for Rogers. Terps need to get numbers up with him. Rogers will just turn it around and wait. Here's Kuhl. Kuhl with the spin. Kuhl with the cross. It could not find Masarika. That's an exceptional job by Julian Kuhl to step to that and get that away. And here's Kolvik. Nitzel, near side. Almost 13 minutes gone in this matchup. Still no score. Maryland with the better chances. Rogers turning, looking, not much on that pass as it's intercepted by Berger Baldvinsha. Call him Biggie out of Iceland.
I just want to go back to that real quick attack from the Terps. Just a 2-man attack between Rogers and Kuhl. It's the guys who you want on that attack. It seems like Max Rogers is taking up that number 9 role, dropping into a bit of space, though. Not your traditional number 9. He plays in the middle of that pitch, but he's a creative guy, as you saw from that really neat layoff for Leon Kuhl. And Kuhl just takes it himself. We talked about the engine room that he is, a physical presence who has real speed as well. So despite not going as forward enough, needed to hold that ball up in possession to allow numbers to come. It's a really nifty attack going forward, as Coach Sasho Sorovsky will want numbers going forward next time. But that's the right idea that they had between Rogers and Kuhl. Here they come again.
Costabile with it, the orange cleats. Steps on a dime and loses it, but Masarika's there to salvage possession. Look at Nitzel near side. Instead, they go far side. Racing down the line with it is Kuhl. Kuhl cuts and wins a throw for Maryland. There is Rogers in the middle. It was his goal that was decisive against Brown. Rogers still looking for his first goal from open play as a Terp. Costabile. 2 Terps with it, fighting over it. Still Costabile gets pushed down. Goal kick coming though.
Points, soccer is a contact sport, can use that shoulder. It's nice work from the Wisconsin back line just on the one initial play, and now in these first 15 minutes too. Terps have been lively going forward. To their credit, they have looked the better side. There hasn't been one clear-cut chance just yet, maybe one or two half chances. Now with Maryland growing into the game, it's time that they take these chances, because you said it, Tyler, you're not going to know when the best chance, or that last best chance that is going to come.
Again, Maryland had two phenomenal looks through Teason, the center back, making just his second start of the year as he comes back from injury. But this Wisconsin team has given up 10 shots on goal coming into this match in 5 games. Maryland already has 1. I mean, it's just, you don't know how many good looks you're going to get on this Badger team. And you've got Hebert in goal, who's got it now, who through 5 games has 3 shutouts. Again, that's his first 5 college appearances. Miss hits this, though. He's got to get back in goal. Here's Rogers. Rogers shooting off the post. Maryland inches from the first goal. And Hebert's inexperience on full display here.
And Max Rogers' technique on full display, too. He nearly finds the bottom corner. Hebert immediately puts his hand up, but he should feel lucky that Max Rogers isn't finishing this. It's another corner he'll want to redeem himself from on the corner flag, but it's a real chance, the first real chance that Maryland have had of this game.
I think the Hebert is also lucky it didn't bounce right off the post and into the path of Colin Griffith, who was right there at far post. Here's the ball set to the middle. Can Maryland get a touch? They can! They lead! Steinleitner's first goal as a Terp. It's the first goal in conference play.
It's been the Terps knocking on the door from the first minute, and it's fitting that it's off a corner. It finally falls. You just talked about Thiessen having 2 or 3 chances, and here it's Chris Steinleitner stabbing through an absolute archer of a shot. And take a look at what it means to Chris Steinleitner underneath the Friday night lights. What a start it's been for Maryland. It's a deserved lead for the Terps. Chris Steinleitner finding the back of the net.
Steinleitner started this season as Maryland's center back, but now that Steinleitner is in the midfield because Bjarne Thiessen is back. So Steinleitner getting a chance now to work more with the offense. It works out. Exceptional job by Maryland. They lead over top 10 Wisconsin.
Number 22, Chris Steinleitner.
I don't think Sasho Sarovsky could have asked for a better start. His team grows into this game, establishes their presence on the attacking side, and just as we were both saying that it's time for them to start taking chances, Max Rogers puts in a peach of a ball after he just misses a shot on an ensuing play. They score. It's real good work all the way around from Maryland. A deserved lead after a really good start.
This is the first time this season that Maryland has been able to have everybody play together for the first time, because as Thiessen came back last game, there was 3 guys who are fixtures at the starting lineup that missed it. Now, with everybody back, everybody healthy, this is a dangerous, dangerous Maryland team. A push from the back, no whistle. It was Griffith who got taken down. Now it comes. Ref was going to play advantage. Costabile getting the crowd fired up. You can see what a goal does for a team's confidence. Rogers, remember, you can't be offsides on a throw. That's why there's no flag there. Costabile dancing. I was sort of talking about this before Hebert gave it away. He only has 7 saves in his career, and this is game number 6. It's not that he's a bad keeper at all. He's phenomenal. There's a reason why he had 3 shutouts in his first 5 games, but he just has not seen many college shots, Michael.
No, before this, he was in the CF Montreal program in their academy, and what they want to do is send their guys out, and they want to be able to give them professional experience, but before that, you got to come here, and if a guy like Hebert isn't going to be seeing professional time soon, you just send him out to college, and this is why. You can't be doing that at the professional level because the Terps come off that chance from Rogers off the ensuing corner, score off of it. So you could say that that's Hebert there. He's going to have to put his hand up and take a bit of responsibility.
This is the most confident I've seen Maryland all season.
Now, I want to go back to your point, Tyler, about how it's a full-strength team now. We talked about earlier in our open how we saw a really good defensive display. We saw a really good attacking display. Each of the fixtures from the defensive display on this pitch. Now the ones from the attacking display are there. It seems like now should be the time that it's all going to come together. If they can stitch it all together, it's going to be a special season. I said that in the open. And so far, through these first 20 minutes, it's been attack for Maryland, and it's been relatively lifeless on the attack on the other side for Wisconsin.
Maryland now passing it around through the back, but Michael, you cannot take Wisconsin lightly if you're the Terps. Top 10 team, 16 goals this year. You got to think if you're the Terps, Wisconsin is going to get their chances. They've already had a few. I don't think a 1-0 lead is comfortable at all for Sasho and the Terps. As very physical foul there from Baldvincian.
Physical. That's a real good word to describe what we're feeling right now. You saw Costabile on the opposite side as we take a look at the foul on Nitzel. You saw Costabile trying to pump his fans up. It almost feels like a 1-0 win, a finish here. It's not going to finish like that. It seems like this game wants more goals. And sometimes that's what soccer asks for. The teams are going to provide a real fun atmosphere here. The fans getting into it, as in the crew are, and everybody else on the sidelines, as you saw Costabile trying to get everybody going. So we're in for a real fun game here, Tyler. It's game on from the Steinleitner goal. Let's see how the Terps respond.
Turnover there. Rogers trying to get it over the freshman keeper, and Hebert is not falling for the same tricks that worked against Detroit Mercy for Kovic. But again, the confidence to try it. Maryland having a lot of fun right now.
On each side of the ball, there's a lot of confidence. You see it just from the one chip attempt right there. And even on the challenges, they're winning the 50-50 balls right now that Wisconsin are trying to challenge them with. So this is a real good response thus far. They've got 20 minutes, so plenty of time for Wisconsin to work themselves back into this. They haven't been in this situation before yet this season. They have to work from behind after letting up only their 3rd goal of the season.
Pass to the middle, gets away. Trying to find Zachemski. A tackle at midfield. A whistle comes in late on Julian Core. The number 4 in white has the whistle blown. A little bit of contact there after the fact. Was Thurston. And I think the next goal in this match is really going to tell us a lot. Let's see the contact here.
Yeah, it was a full head of steam running forward from Quist Thurston. It's individual moments that are taking it, as you saw from Quist Thurston, but it's also a team display. His head is up, trying to look for another ball through as he found Rogers there, despite the turnover. But you said it, Tyler. The next goal, because it feels like there should be another goal in this match, is going to be decisive. You're absolutely right about that.
Fleming put the arm up, said, let's go, and slows things down. And I think Wisconsin is still looking for their sea legs here in conference play. Remember, the Badgers did not play on Monday. Maryland played one of the most physical teams in the country. That's really, really tough to come back from. We were talking to Sasha Surovsky coming into this game, and he gave us the quote, Wisconsin, they will have their legs, but Maryland will have their hearts. And so far, that's been on display.
It's been an inspired display so far, Tyler. from Sasha. He gives us quotes like that. But it doesn't seem right now that they have their legs. It seems like Wisconsin's been flustered a little bit. They haven't expected the dynamic start that the Terps have come out and fired them. And there's going to be some discussions if they can't pick it up. It's been all Maryland, and even just a little bit of an attempt forward, as we saw on the prior play, is just immediately stifled. It's been all the Maryland players playing with their full heart. Sasha's right about that.
He's misread that. But a foul against Wisconsin again. Costabile now down. Ref is going to stop the game and go and check on him. That's Dean Bolts wearing 13 in the thick of things and having the conversation. Let's take a look at what happened here between Bolts and Costabile. High leg there, Michael.
Yeah, it just seemed like Costabile, there's nothing really in that. They're both challenging for the ball, and when they come down, it just seemed like Bolts might have taken a chunk out of Costabile.
Costabile to his feet now. See him there, still wincing, looking at the ankle. What a player Luca Costabile can be on his day. He is right there with anybody else on the outside. Maryland certainly has a good one playing left back. So for the Terps, it's going to be a free kick. Right by the Big Ten logo on this Big Ten opening night. Still way too much time left to be taking their time. However, when the clock stopped, it does not matter. Lauren Mack is going to try to send this up. The freshman in his first Big Ten game. But boot to ball, send it way forward, and Steinleitner's going to keep that in the offensive zone for Maryland. Masarika, great touch to the middle of the field to create some space for himself. Here's Kuhl. Rogers far side. Costabile overlapping, and Rogers decides to give it back to Kuhl instead. Steinleitner going near side. Great touch by Quist Thurston. What can he do with it? Whistle goes against Maryland. Let's take a look at the contact here between Lodvincian and Quist Thurston.
Yeah, it seemed like they were just all over each other, and it seemed like Quist Thurston was the one who had the arms wrapped a bit, just got tangled up. But I liked what I was seeing from Maryland beforehand. That's a nice moment from Steinleitner to pick out Quist Thurston on this near side. They were patient in their build-up, and that's a smart decision from Steinleitner to try to advance at that point. Quist Thurston just loses out in the end.
Header forward by Kovic, out of play. Vincent wearing the armband for the team in white. Badgers passing it around the back. They are not used to playing from behind. They have won all 5 of their matches. Kovic with the slide, and that ball just won't stop going. It's almost like a punt, because it's Wisconsin's ball in the throw, but now they're all the way back in their own territory, and they've got to try to clear this Maryland press. They'll look to do it with a throw. Doesn't work. Steinleitner right there. Terps have it at midfield, and he will now throw it in.
The press has been so good from Maryland. They're not allowing any Wisconsin player any time on the ball once they get within that midfield. They become real narrow. Look at how narrow they are. Every single player that you see is on this center to right-hand side. They're not even giving a wide option. That comes out of the attack, but it's the same way in defense. They're not letting Wisconsin get too wide either. They're really controlling this game on the defensive side through their press.
Well, set far side, gets over the head of Costabile. He's got to work back. Great touch to stall and allow Lines to get back. That's hit off of Leon Kuhl, who clears. There's Roberto Berlo. Had some space in the box for a second. Could not get it past Maryland's number 6.
But that's where Wisconsin can catch you there. You had Costabile ball watching on his flat feet, and there was just a sudden burst of pace. It was a really nice bit of rebounding work, but then it just comes out to the next defender overlapping. But good work from, I believe it was Thiessen, to be able to cover for Costabile. But that's how quick Wisconsin can catch you, so you can't fall asleep at any second during this match against this team.
Trip Fleming to the middle. Now all the way over to the far side for Quintos. It's a great ball up right through the spine of the Maryland defense. What a great touch by Masarika to win it back for Maryland. That's going to be a whistle against Max Rogers. Sasho can't believe it. And now the ref is going to have a conversation with Rogers, who still can't believe that the whistle's against him. It's contact on both, that's for sure, but I don't know, these 50-50 balls are so tough to judge.
And yeah, Ellis Jones gets up there. Didn't really seem like there was too much in it from Rogers. Was being physical, but it was just because of the fall from each of them. Sasho still left wondering.
You can see in the background of that shot, Leibowitz and Andrenica receiving instructions. Could they be the first subs to enter this game? Near side, Nitzel header. Just over the head of Kevin Andrews. Masarika gets taken down. Maryland wants a card. They will not get one here on the Badgers, but a foul gives the Terps the ball. A tackle from behind there by Core as he screams, I got the ball. Well, I think if you pop up and you're immediately screaming that you got the ball, that's how you know you may be in for a card. But none is shown. And as I said, Leibowitz and Andrenica will enter. Griffith and Masarika will exit for Maryland.
It's been a good start from both of them, especially Masarika, as you saw on the passage of play right in front on this near side. It's just individual brilliance once again. And he wins his team that foul, and now an area where they can attack and go forward with it.
Nitzel just going to play this back. Kovic up for Rogers. Flag is down. Can Rogers get a touch? No. Great job by Hebert to get there.
To be able to see that, it's a really good ball, a searching one that is, from Will Kolvik. And Rogers has to come off his post in the middle, down off that right side. Hebert has to be alert to that. And he has to know exactly where it's going and where it's leading Rogers to. And he's predicted it with the utmost of succession. It's good to see confidence from a young keeper after giving up as crucial as an error as he did early in the game. It's confident play. Hebert's back.
Cool. Middle of the pitch, switching fields for Costabile. Now, just because Hebert has not lit up the stat sheet in terms of saves this year doesn't mean he's bad at all. He is as good of a freshman keeper as you'll find in the nation. Contact there. No whistle from referee Kevin Morrison. He lets him play here on this Big Ten opener.
I think a lot of why Hebert hasn't lit up the stat sheet, he hasn't had much to do, and that's credit to his defense in front of him.
It's not his fault.
It's not his fault at all. Letting up only the third goal of their season is it's in conjunction with the keeper and the defense. So if that unit doesn't have much to do, you're not going to see too much on the stat sheet. You said it about the center backs earlier, Tyler. If they're not getting mentioned the same way as if Hebert doesn't show up too much on the stat sheet, that means they're not doing too much wrong.
So now the Badgers will make a sub. Rainbolt and Stevenson. Two international players will check in. Rainbolt out of New Zealand. Stevenson out of Iceland.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
45 minutes of high-level soccer on tap for you right here on Big Ten Plus. We are underway. Half number 2 of game number 1 here in Big Ten play. It is so great to be here with you. I'm Tyler Lochte. He is Michael Kirstigan. Michael, I think for each team, it's just whoever gets that next goal That's going to really be the story. I think if Wisconsin can find that breakthrough, get into the game, I think they're going to be really, really dangerous. And for Maryland, 2-goal lead, you can really focus on defending.
A goal for Wisconsin is going to set up a grandstand finish here at Ludwig, Tyler. It could prove to be one of the classic games here so early in the season. And for Maryland, it's just focusing on what they did that first half, knowing that, but at the same time, knowing that Wisconsin is going to come out stronger. They were second best to a few of the through balls on the 50-50 balls. Maryland was just first, and Wisconsin was second. Simple as that. So you go into the halftime, and you're going to be hearing it from your coach, Neil Jones, and you're going to have to respond to it. And them being the 8th team in the nation, you expect them to.
However, a free kick here in the attacking zone for Maryland. That's Rogers.
And this is exactly how you want to start, Tyler. Just again, right on the front foot, establishing that they're not going to take their foot off the gas no matter what.
It's Max Rogers, ball across. The header, it's in! It's 2! Maryland starting the second half strong as you can.
I said it once and I'll say it again. Aussie flair. Max Rogers with just an absolute wand of a left foot. What a huge goal, Tyler. We were just talking about what Terps need to do to be able to have Wisconsin, and this is exactly how to do it so quickly into this first half, just 2 minutes in, immediately on the front foot, and that's what it gets you. Look at what it means to Steinleitner.
As good of a start to the second half as you could possibly have. As good of a start to the second half as you could possibly have. Wisconsin on the back foot. They've given up 2 goals all year, and now they trail 2-0. Kolvik down hard as he tried to go for the header. It's Biana Teason who gets the goal, waiting on credit. I guess Steinleitner got a touch. Here's another look at Kolvik going airborne. Good to see that he's back up. Maryland with a statement here tonight. 2-0 over number 8 Wisconsin, who is unbeaten and untied coming in. 5 for 5, and they look rattled now. That goes out of play. Maryland throw, and the Terps, they don't want to stop it too.
And you saw what that just meant to Colin Griffith. He goes, come on, and he puts his arms up in the air to try and galvanize this team even more. They have all the energy, all the momentum, and just keep your foot on the gas as they've been doing. They caught Wisconsin completely flat-footed out of the break.
An unbelievable start to this second half. We were expecting Wisconsin to be on the front foot. The start of things in the second. Nope. It's Maryland. Comes out of the locker room and picks up right where they left off. Whistle goes against Maryland. Rogers can't believe it. Again, Biana Teason is credited with that goal. There was chaos in the box. Didn't want to say the wrong name. It's the second time that Rogers has earned a call and has frustrated his team. Hebert has to come out and get it. He does. Kuhl could not get that header. Played forward, tease it. Second half goal scorer with the header forward. How fitting for it to be Steinleitner and Teason to have the goals. Masarika push from behind. And there is no whistle. The ref, Kevin Morrison, is really letting them play tonight, Michael.
I think in a game like that, this is exactly what you have to do. Just let him play. Seemed like there was equal amounts of pressure on the ball. The two players just having at it, really. I mean, nothing comes out of it. It ends up in the keeper's hands. I mean, let's take another look.
There's contact. It's out of the box. It's not a penalty shot, but still contact being made, and ref does not call it either way, Michael.
Yeah, because that comes from both sides. There's each player just involved with a tussle with the other. So you don't want to necessarily give it both one way or another, that is, especially if it's just ending up in the keeper's hands. It would just probably remain the same either way.
Goes out of play off of Masarika. Wisconsin needs some offense, and they need it as soon as possible to try to get back into this game. Mack with the high ball. Cool. Nowhere near the ball, but it sort of worked out. What a night for Maryland. Again, keep reiterating this stat. Maryland did not win a Big Ten game last year, which seems unbelievable considering, again, they were champs in 22, but they are trying to break that drought on their first possible opportunity here in 2024. And I would say so far, so good. This is the highest ranked team in the country in the Big Ten. Wisconsin at number 8. And I would say there's not a better team to beat in week 1. Rogers pushing forward. A lot of contact. Rogers, Griffith couldn't handle the pass. How close was that to 3? If number 9 in red could get his foot to the ball.
Yeah, that number 9 in red just played just a wonderful dummy through just before this passage of play. Not only that, he's almost on the end of it as well. He was the one who starts it with just a nice little roll through to let Rogers pick his point of attack, and Griffith is nearly on the end of it. That oozes confidence, that play does, from Colin Griffith, and it just shows exactly how Maryland are feeling on the pitch right now. Just full of confidence and full, just completely of understanding of what they're doing right now. They have to keep a steady head on them, but that's a fun way to do it. Show a bit of confidence on the attacking end as here they come again through that number 9.
It's Griffith again. Griffith still with it. He's got space. He's got a shot at a goal. 3-0 Maryland. Colin Griffith. 2 games this week. 2 goals this week for Maryland's number 9. This is one of the crazier graphics I've seen. This is game 6 for Wisconsin. 2 goals allowed coming in, 3 tonight from Maryland. Excellent. What a phenomenal strike from Griffith. And we talked to Sasha Surofsky just yesterday. I asked him, look, is Griffith going to get going after that goal? He said that should be a spark, and that Colin Griffith had played well, and that was not reflected in the goal output. I'd say that Colin Griffith is back to being a marked man in this conference. Here's a ball to the middle, though. It's dealt with by Kovic, not all the way out of the box. It's Burlow. Burlow near side. Glorioso, nice move. Can he create enough space for a shot? Here's Core to the middle, headed away by Teason. This is cool. The start of dreams to this second half. You wonder what Surofsky said to the team in the locker room. Here come the Badgers, though. Here's a shot deflected. That was Hrvojevic. We know that he can do damage against Maryland. Cool. If he can get there, the Terps could have a chance here. Can he get around his man Glorioso Of course he can. Leon Cool pressing forward, still with it. Cool, near side. Rogers to the middle. Masarika was not on the same page. But again, it's positive from Maryland.
I mean, positive to the absolute max, Tyler. I mean, there you go again, Max Rogers with his creativity. But in the build-up before that, more individual play from Leon Cool. Not only is it the individual play, it's also the presence of mind to be able to lay that back off, knowing Rogers has space on that left-hand side. Individual brilliance there and individual brilliance on the goal, too. You talk about choosing your moments when to be brilliant individually. Colin Griffith could not have picked a better moment to do so. Same there with Leon Cool. He chooses to drive forward and then dish off to Max Rogers. Just the finishing touch was all that was missing. It is just an absolute confident, just supreme display on both sides of the ball from the Terps.
Trip Fleming and Colin Griffith, an argument there on the ball. Griffith standing right in front of it. Descent, yellow. Or was it? Did he just hold up his hand pretending that it was a card? Not quite sure. Yeah, he just said, if you do it again, there will be a yellow. I saw the hand go up. Couldn't tell because he's wearing the same color as the card if there was a card in his hand or not. How about that from referee Kevin Morrison showing Colin Griffith exactly what's going to come his way if he keeps talking back. And now Griffith and Morrison having another conversation by midfield. I just wonder, Griffith is trying to figure out what are the boundaries here. It's 3-0 though, Michael. You cannot afford a card in a match like this. Right now, if you're Maryland, you need to be focused on one thing, and that is leaving here with 3 points. Poor touch by Teese, and can Mac get there? No. An unforced error is going to give the Badgers a corner. These seconds are going to tick away very slowly for Maryland. The Badgers are just too good of a team to expect their offense to be quiet here in the second. Ball to the back post, headed in, just over. That's a great look for the Badgers as that goes over Mac.
Now, that's a lot more like it from Wisconsin. You've got Mack and Kulvik both on the line, but that's Maryland just leaving the back a little bit sloppy out there, and it's a real good header from Ellis Jones, too. Just a bit too high, but you could see what he was trying to do, just loop that header to the back post. If he finds that netting, who knows? Maybe Wisconsin could find some inspiration.
Yeah, this game is far from over.
Absolutely.
Cannot stress this enough. Wisconsin came into this game with as good of a resume as you can. 16 goals, only 2 allowed as that ball gets away. Hrvojevic, Wilmette, Illinois native, has an assist this year. He was looking for a second there, and just too much on it. Goes out of play. Now here's Lauren Mack. Mack, another German. We'll send this one into the offensive zone. And a nice header there by Jones, who I think has been maybe the most impressive player for the Badgers so far. Their center back. You can see why their defense had such a good record, but Maryland has done well to beat them. Masarika. Julian Core cannot believe it. That's the second time we've seen number 4 in white very animated as a result of a call. You got to love that from the freshman. The passion. He still can't believe it. And now if you're Maryland, you can get some of the big boys up forward. Maybe look to find their head. Instead, Maryland will keep their composure. Try to play from the back.
I like that move, too. You don't have to try and spring anything too quick. Bring the big boys forward and then leave yourselves open on the counter. I like that nice little bit of slow play. Even though that throw goes out there, you had your big boys back on that one. That's why, and you've had that covered. So nice bit of reserved play from Maryland.
Sasha Zurawski, I guess, thinking there, look, what's more important at this point, a fourth goal or preventing Wisconsin from making it 3-1? And I think keeping a 3-goal lead is the answer there. Don't want to risk it.
You also want
a lot of conversation now with the referee, Kevin Morrison, by this Maryland bench. See, Zurawski has words. A point over to Costabile. Sasha Zurawski's got to be careful here. We've seen him get carded many times before. And that is not the face of a man whose team is up 3-0 against a top 10 opponent, is it, Michael?
I mean, you wouldn't think so. I mean, just judging by that look, you'd think they're down 3-0, but that just shows how locked in Sasha stays. And he doesn't want his team to take their foot off the gas. He knows the team that he is facing, and as a foul goes the opposite way, not going to
push after the fact, though. Griffith knocked over, and a card is coming now. That's a real card, not just the hand on Burlow. And there's more pushing and shoving. Kolvik came up from the back to try to make sure his guys are okay. Let's take another look here at the extracurriculars.
Yeah,
there's the foul. That's on Quist Thurston. And the push after the fact by Burlow.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Warm night. Kolvik has been really working hard. It's probably a cramp. He's right back up. It doesn't look like the biggest issue because he's just popped right back up.
Number 13, Dean Bolts. And replacing
two subs for the Badgers, Will Smith and the captain, Berger Baldvinshin, are out. On for them, Elliot Popkowitz and the danger man, Dean Bolts. And Dean Bolts, Michael, is actually 9th on Wisconsin in minutes played coming in. So he's done all of his damage in limited time as the freshman still adapts to the college game. Here's Kill. Gets all the way back for Mack. Mack, the Freiburg product, gives it up to Kolvik. Kolvik looking deep. That was an optimistic pass for Masarika, but it doesn't get there. A little over 20 minutes to play here on this Friday night in College Park. Glorioso handling the pass. Griffith with pressure, not making it easy. And Jernicka giving chase as well. Zakemski. Stephenson. Can he create space for a shot? He'll lay it off, but it hits off of Griffith. No whistle. Costabile with 3 on him loses it. Kevin Andrews the other way. Andrews showing off some trickery for dumping it off to Glorioso. Glorioso, low pass across. That shot is blocked by a sliding Quist Thurston.
And this is showing that Maryland's heads are still in the game here. It's not the best work from Costabile or the rest of the team, for that matter, to just leave that wing so open, but real nice work in rebounding from Quist Thurston. Just putting his body fully on the line at the expense of a corner.
Back post, header on. That was headed for the goal, and it was headed away instead by a Badger. That's a goal kick. I think that was Dean Bolts. They're wearing 13, who headed that away. That was a great opportunity to redirect that into the back of the net, Michael, and he just couldn't control it.
It's a pretty full chance, and it comes from the Terps. That's the second corner now where they've left the deepest man open at the back. And he tries to just get a little creative with it, found somebody. Bolts just couldn't redirect that header. It's a quick reaction to be fair to him, but A guy who scored so many in such a little bit of time would be expected to score there, even if he's a freshman.
Yeah, he had only played 347 minutes coming into this match. And keep in mind, he played about 70 at Kentucky and didn't score. So in in his first 300 or so minutes of his college career, he managed to pick up 7 goals and 3 assists. Here's Cool. Right down the middle. Tried to lay it up for Rogers. Can Rogers get there in the end? No. Terps wanted a 4th, didn't get it. Here's Stephenson the other one. Stephenson to the far side. Look at Bolts in the middle. Ball to the back post, nobody's there.
Now the Terps have to strap in a little bit. Wisconsin has been getting a little bit of sustained pressure back. 2 pretty decent looking opportunities. They don't have any player available down the center on that try, but you saw it on the previous corner, and now they've come back forward again. Despite Maryland getting the ball back, they've got to stay locked in on defense here. They've done a great job up to this point. They don't want to concede any needless goals at this point. They've now allowed a chance to happen in a threatening position.
Rainbolt just beyond the Big Ten logo. Looks set to send this into the mixer. Kolvik, no nonsense, header away. The clock continues to tick if you're the Badgers. Can't tick fast enough if you're Maryland. Holtz dispossessed. Ball's played forward. Again, if you're Wisconsin, not used to this at all. It was a dominant first 5 matches. Now they've gotten punched in the mouth in their conference opener. Griffith, Quist-Thurston falling as he hit it, and it's picked off by Glorioso. Wisconsin's had the ball in Maryland's zone for the last 5 minutes or so. Glorioso sending it across. Kolvik, no nonsense, out of play. 2 more subs coming on. Drew Brown will enter alongside Ryan Keefe. Ellis Jones, it was a good day for him. He will come out. And it's a change in goalie. That's Adam Brahman coming in. Matisse Hebert, who has played every minute for Wisconsin so far this season, is out. It's a throw. Steinleitner got ahead to it. Goes out of play for a goal kick.
I just want to bring that back to that point that you made where Wisconsin haven't dealt with this yet, playing from behind. And it was clear they felt a little bit of pressure. Maryland taking full advantage and executing really, really well. Wisconsin is going to take this game and use it as a learning experience because their schedule doesn't get much easier, as does Maryland's. They welcome a ranked UCLA here later in the season, and that's a classic match that they have played here, quite a few installments of it, and to be able to put a performance here in against a top 10 team, and then they're going to be hosting another one in just a few weeks' time. It's gonna have opponents raising their eyebrows a little bit to say, we got to really watch out for this team.
Maryland's schedule so front-loaded with the big guns. After Wisconsin, they have to go at Indiana and at Northwestern the next 2 Fridays before they get to host Penn State. Another team that could do some damage in Big Ten play.
Number 49, Aiden
You're right,
Shimola.
UCLA down the line.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
The 2000s, then the Terps with 3. A few others with 3, but Maryland always looking for the 4th. If you'll remember, Michael, their last national championship, which came in 2018, they started unranked and doubted by many, much like this year's team. This is just the second time since that year that Maryland has entered a season unranked, and you better believe that after a performance like this, the Terps might start to get some attention.
Especially if they continue this. They have opportunities to as well. We talked about the playing against Northwestern, the play against UCLA. Indiana is also a force to be reckoned with. Taking results from one or two of those matches, especially with a few of those being on the road, is definitely going to raise some eyebrows.
Ball set to cross, back post, headed away before it gets to Rainbolt by Costabile.
I do just want to highlight, though, before any of those matches happen, Maryland are going to have to finish out this last 6.5 minutes. They're really going to enjoy this one because for the full 90 minutes, or what is soon to be 90 minutes, it's just been a fully switched on display. They've only really fallen asleep for a few seconds of it. They haven't been punished. It's just one of those nights everything falls their way.
Tackle by Shepla. I think a yellow card's going to come out. So a free kick coming from outside the box. Let's take another look at the contact. Late tackle by Shepla from a tough angle, and now a free kick upcoming for the Badgers. Referee setting the wall. Chemsky standing behind it. I think I see Bolts there as well. There is Bolts, number 13. It's his ball. He takes into the wall. He gets it back to the middle. Quist Thurston, great job getting that ball out. Chavez. Maryland trying to close this thing out. Wisconsin trying to avoid a shutout. They've dished out 3 of them across their 5 wins. Sept in play. Stephenson. Heck of a tackle there by Steinleitner. Shot out of a cannon there. And Stephenson still down.
A hard challenge. I mean, a clearly winning the ball is Steinleitner. Did catch a chunk, but he's back up and playing again.
Andrews trying to get it to the middle. That's Matias de Jesus, who steps in and gets it out of play. Rainbolt. Pass back for Chemsky. This is Drew Brown. Ball sent to the middle. That was Kovic who got ahead to it. Chavez looking to curl it to the back post. Jace Clark trying his best to stick with the ball. Can he get it clear? Sort of. He wins a throw. As the final minutes start to tick away. I think that any doubt about Maryland being back to form is long gone now. He was gone the second that they took the lead so quickly in the second half, or at least doubled it. Since then, it's just been a dominant performance, holding one of the best teams in the country in Wisconsin down. A fresh team in Wisconsin. Again, they did not play on Monday, and I go back to that quote from Surofsky that Wisconsin will have their legs, but Maryland will have their hearts, and that has certainly been the case tonight.
It's been a warrior-like display from each and every player out on the pitch. I mean, each guy has been playing with everything. It's almost like they're playing with their hearts, their souls as well. It's just been something that the Terps have been wanting to find, that complete performance that they had yet to find in the preseason games. And to be able to get it here is such a statement, and this is going to put the rest of the Big Ten Conference on notice.
Kovac tried to get that out. Leibowitz trying to run that down as it was misplayed by Ryan Keefe. That's out for a Maryland throw. Could the Terps have a fourth before this thing is over? Castabile trying to set things up. Referee Kevin Morrison saying, let's go. Castabile throws that in. Throw in going Wisconsin's way. Final 2 minutes here from Ludwig. Terps over the years have played their best soccer right here at this stadium. And this is a real return to form on a Ludwig Friday night.
Yeah, Tyler, regardless of where the season goes, this is going to be the benchmark for the Terps. Sasho knows that this is the performance they've been looking for over the last 5-6 games, and this is going to be the performance that they look at when they say, this is how we want to perform against Team X. We want to perform how we did on that Friday night against Wisconsin.
Final minute. Maryland's bench getting the crowd fired up on this excellent performance by the home team.
Is it possible to get the crew right now? All good, thank you.
Crowd has been behind their home team all night. Terps have given them plenty of reasons to celebrate. The crew, as loud as they've been this year, enjoying a performance for Maryland that some feel is long overdue. Again, they did not win a game in the Big Ten last year. Just one season after winning the whole thing.
10,
Whistle goes
9,
the final
8,
10 seconds.
7, 6, 5,
And those seconds
4,
will tick away.
3, 2,
Maryland
1,
soccer
0.
may just be back. Sasha Surofsky wants this team to be feared, and they have sent a message to the Big Ten. They have beaten previously undefeated Wisconsin, a top 10 team in the country, 3-0, and they've got plenty of more big home games coming up in Ludwig Field, which may just be a fortress again.